Chiricahua National Monument is known as the Wonderland of Rocks in Arizona. This lesser-known park is full of impressive hoodoos, interesting rock formations, and awe-inspiring balancing rocks. Unlike the red sandstone hoodoos of Bryce Canyon National Park, the hoodoos at Chiricahua National Monument are larger, more rugged, and covered in bright green lichen. The added color is quite striking and otherworldly. Its dramatic landscapes make Chiricahua a popular hiking destination in Arizona, and it is definitely worth a visit. In today's video, we are putting together a complete guide to help you visit Chiricahua National Monument like a pro, even if it's your first time visiting. We're starting off with a piece of information that I think is pretty important to know. Where is it? This magical place is located about 120 miles southwest of Tucson, near the New Mexico and Arizona border, and it's also just over half an hour outside the small town of Willcox. One amazing thing is that since it is a national monument, it is free to visit. Even though it is free, you're definitely going to want to consider the time of year that you're visiting. The springs and falls here can be quite mild, with temperatures from the mid-60s to the low 80s. But if you visit during the summers, the temperatures here can be nearly 100. If you're wondering just how much time you need to fully experience this park, we recommend going for at least 2 days. If you're a really fast hiker or you're just very ambitious, you could see a lot of its beauty in one day. But the majority of the beauty of this park is hidden from the main drive, so you need to hike in to see all of its impressive rock formations and dramatic landscapes. But if you only have 1 day, we highly recommend hiking the Big Loop. This will take you to some of the most impressive spots inside the monument. If you haven't seen our video of that hike yet, you can see it by clicking in the upper corner right now. If you are a fan of camping, there is the Bonita Canyon Campground located inside the monument. You do need to make reservations if you want to camp here because there are only 25 spots and they fill up fast. If this is full, you can also camp at the 𝐈𝐍𝐼𝐒 campground, which is located on the east side of the Chiricahua Mountains. That is a remote tent-only campground. Or you can do what we did and stay at the 𝐀𝐃 in Willcox. If camping is not your style, there are also several hotels located in Willcox as well. And now for some tips that will hopefully make your first visit to Chiricahua National Monument pretty awesome. There is a free shuttle for hikers that will take you to either the Echo Canyon Trailhead or the Maasai Point Trailhead, but it only runs from September to May. The shuttle departs from the Faraway Ranch parking lot starting at 9 a.m. and it's open from Thursday to Sunday. Pets are allowed only in specific areas at Chiricahua National Monument. They must be on a leash at all times and must not be left unattended. Pets are not allowed on any of the trails inside the monument. As I mentioned before, the closest town to Chiricahua National Monument is the small city of Willcox. It's about 35 miles away. Even though the visitor center has drinking water available, you should still plan accordingly. Please be sure to have a full tank of gas and pack plenty of water and food as well as a first aid kit. Chiricahua National Monument has a limit of 24-foot long vehicles. If your vehicle is longer than that, you are not permitted to take it past the Faraway Ranch parking lot. You will have limited cell reception inside the monument, so be sure to bring a GPS device with you so you don't get lost. Even in the cooler months, it can get pretty warm on the trails since there is limited shade. Please make sure to bring plenty of water, snacks, electrolytes, sunscreen, and appropriate hiking shoes. Now that we have all of the formalities out of the way, let's get to the part of the video that you've been looking for. Here are some of the best things to do inside Chiricahua National Monument. The first item on our list is visiting Faraway Ranch. This was the home of the Eriksons, Swedish immigrants who built their homestead here in the Chiricahua Mountains after migrating to America. By the 1920s, they turned this homestead into a guest ranch where visitors could come and enjoy this beautiful area. Nowadays, Faraway Ranch has become a historic district within Chiricahua National Monument. There is a lot of history here at Faraway Ranch and a couple of walking trails. We recommend making a stop here if you have time because it was a lot more interesting than we initially thought. Item number 2 on our list is enjoying the Scenic Drive. The 8-mile Scenic Drive through Bonita Canyon Road takes you from the lush foothills along Bonita Creek, through dramatic towering hoodoos, and up to the beautiful overlook of Maasai Point. Along the way, there are multiple pull-offs for scenic views and trailhead access. The next item on the list is our favorite. Hiking is the main feature of Chiricahua National Monument. If you want to get to the best parts of this monument, you have to hike in. The monument has over 17 miles of hiking trails, and if you hike a minimum of 5 miles in the park, you can earn yourself a 𝐈𝐍𝐅𝐻 pin. Be sure to take a selfie or use a tracker as proof. Here is a list of the best trails within the monument. Echo Canyon Grottos is the best easy trail in Chiricahua National Monument. It's only 1 mile round trip, yet it's packed full of impressive views and spectacular rock formations. We recommend hiking down as far as Wall Street, which is another mile down the trail, and then returning. It's well worth it. Hike number 2 on our list is the Maasai Point Overlook and Nature Trail. This is another easy hike that is also about 1 mile round trip. It features extensive views of the surrounding valleys and mountain range, and it also has a huge balanced rock with interpretive signs highlighting the natural history of the area. The next 2 hikes are a little bit more strenuous. Coming in with an overall distance of 7.2 miles, the Heart of Rocks Trail is one of the best hikes in the park. This hike will take you to the heart of Chiricahua National Monument, where you'll be immersed in the middle of towering hoodoos and impressive rock formations. The last hike on our list is simply known as the Big Loop, and if you only have time to do one hike when you're visiting the park, this is the one. Coming in at a whopping 10 miles, this trail is not easy. However, the Big Loop will take you through most of the popular places in the park, including Inspiration Point, Heart of Rocks, Wall Street, and the Echo Canyon Grottos. If you're up for a challenge, this is a must-do in our opinion. As I mentioned before, camping is a really popular activity to do here. Not only is the campground and scenery really beautiful here, but this is a dark sky park. That means if you visit on a night with no clouds and no moon, you should be in for an amazing show up in the sky. We have now come to the last item on our list, and it's looking for animals, more specifically, birds. While there is a good chance that you will spot either a coati or some deer here, there are over 200 species of birds that call Chiricahua National Monument home. In fact, the monument has been identified as an important bird area by the American Bird Conservancy. There are some threatened and endangered species here, and it's really important that they have a safe place to live. Some common birds that you'll spot around the park are Mexican jays, acorn woodpeckers, turkey vultures, and more. And if you have any questions about the birds that you've seen, the Visitor Center keeps a running tally of the bird sightings in the park. You can ask a ranger, and they also have a binder with pictures and names of birds. And that is going to do it for our video about the amazing Chiricahua National Monument. Do you know of any incredible lesser known national monuments that you think we should visit? If so, let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because that really helps out the channel. And stay tuned because in our next videos, we are off to White Sands National Park. For all the information about Chiricahua National Monument as well as other awesome adventures, head on over to thatadventurelife.com.